Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jennifer. Thank you once again for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be talking about 10 essential life skills every woman needs to navigate life with confidence and independence. Are we ready, ladies? Point number 1, financial literacy. Ladies, we must learn how to budget, save, plan, invest our money. Okay, we are not going to go through life. This is one of the issues that most of us faced. We're not taught in school on how to handle money. We're not taught in our homes on how to handle money. So you get to find that you find yourself in a rabbit hole. You get out of school, you get a job, and then you do not know how to properly plan for your money. So you earn your money, and you do not know where your money goes because you do not have even a budget or a plan for your finances. We need to learn to get hold of this because it's one of those major skills that are required for a lady to have in life. Point number 2, emotional intelligence. Recognizing and managing emotions, setting boundaries, handling conflict, and effectively is one of those important aspects in life. Many times we do not know. The reason why we don't have the emotional intelligence is like basic knowledge on how to even express your emotions, how to communicate your emotions, how to handle your emotions, how to check your emotions. Sometimes the conversation that will not be understood when you're angry, because the person you're going to be communicating to will not also get it. So having the wisdom to know that, okay, you know what, let me leave this here. Maybe at a later time, the person will be willing to understand it. So it's very, very good because it helps you to handle conflict effectively, but also setting clear boundaries and also managing your own emotions as well, keeping them in check. So it's a very important skill for a woman to have. The other important skill is effective communication. I think I've hit on it in the emotional intelligence. The ability to express thoughts clearly, negotiate, and also stand up for your own self. Now, effective communication is not one of those skills that most women have, but yet we must cultivate it because one is that the people you're going to be communicating to, if you don't communicate effectively, you will not be understood. You'll be misunderstood, but also you will not have helped the other party. So it's very important to learn how to communicate. One of the basic ways to learn how to communicate better is be loud. Be loud, that is being audible. Make sure that you're eloquent in what you're saying. Also make sure that you pay critical, your expressions, your non-spoken expressions. Let's say your expressions on your face, or like everything matters. So like you must learn how to, if I want to communicate this, is it how it's being taken or being understood? So because many times we communicate but we have not effectively communicated, yet it's a very important skill. The other skill is self-defense. Basically, is self-defense skill is a situation where you're aware, you have a self-awareness to stay safe, so you can defend yourself in any situation, right? So it's one of those important skills a woman must have, being able to defend yourself and in a way kind of self-protect. Yeah, it's one of those things I thought about, and I think it's very, very important to have. Time management is the other point as well. Ladies, I know we struggle with keeping time, but it's one of those things that can really portray a bad image about you, and people can easily judge you wrongly because of this. So prioritizing tasks, setting goals, and avoiding burnout, it's very, 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 very important. So we need to learn how to manage our time wisely and well. Notice when you're tired to take a break. Plan prior. If you have somewhere you're supposed to be, maybe planning prior to start setting off for that event or that particular thing you have to be doing during that time. It will help you to not reach there when you're panting, you're sweating, you're confused, and everybody looks at you like you're not serious. Okay, it's not a very good thing. Then the other point is basic home and care maintenance. Really, how do you take care of yourself? The basic things that, like, we think they are manly things, and yet they're also very, very important. So knowing how to tidy up your home, or how to keep your environment more neat, is a very good skill, because impression is everything. When someone walks into your space, what do they see? Do they see organization, or they see disorganization? Do they see clutter, or they see some put together? And I know many of us struggle in this area. I am a person who likes things in a certain way, but doesn't mean that I get it right all the time. There are times my environment is just not good. Okay, it's messed up, but I try as much as possible to make sure that I keep an environment that represents the kind of woman that I am, because I like a clean space, I like an organized space, but doesn't mean that I get it all the time. But at least for the most part, I try my best to make sure that I take care of my environment well. So it's a very important skill. Cooking nutritious meals, that one, like knowing how to get your way around the kitchen, is also important. I know there's some women who be like, I don't cook, I don't do what, but yeah, as a woman, I think it's a very attractive thing to have an idea, or to be aware on how to prepare a nice meal for yourself, for your family, and everything. It's one of those skills that can add a bonus and a plus to you. First of all, we are known to you must know how to cook. So if you don't, then people will be like, really? Like, you don't cook? Or like, yeah. So it's one of those skills for the ladies that do not like the kitchen. I think it's one of those things that you must also incorporate in your life, to make sure that at least you can you can prepare a decent meal where, like, everybody can enjoy, right? And then resilience and adaptability. Yeah, this one is very important. That is bouncing back from setbacks and embracing change with a positive mindset. This one, I think for me, it's one of those things I'm grateful to God that He gave it to me, and I see it a lot in my life. And to be honest, I easily bounce back from any situation. I easily bounce back. I sort of have resilience, like I have it within me. And if something happens to me that is so awful, it might put me down for some time, but I'll bounce back. Like, I always counsel myself. So sort of, yeah, I don't delay in that turmoil of sadness. I try to bounce back. Yeah, so it's one of those skills that a woman must have, because like, first of all, at the time of the month, sometimes our emotions are all over the place, our hormones are all over the place. So you are not your best, okay? You're not at your best. But it's good to always have that ability to adapt and to bounce back anytime. Then the other point I would think about is negotiation and assertiveness. This one is something I've grown into. I was never like this. In fact, for many of my friends who knew me back then, I was never that assertive. But knowing your worth, advocating for yourself in a workplace, and handling financial deals is so crucial. Okay, financial deals may not be so necessary, but yes. Now, being able to negotiate anything. And where I work, they know it's one of those skills that I have. I can close a deal if I have to, because of my negotiation skills. And I think it's one of those things I've not worked on so much. It has sort of grown into me in my workplace. But it's a very good skill to have. First of all, it's like marketing. It's like, like in life, like, you must be able to negotiate. Like, now the job that I do, working for an insurance company, I must be able to sell. In order for me to sell, I must be able to negotiate a deal. Like, I must be able to convince someone to be able to buy a product. Yeah. And yeah, so one of those things that I've grown into is that. But also assertiveness is that I try many times, I make sure that I get what I want to get. I'm a bit assertive, and yeah, I can be assertive, although I'm also very tender. But I try to find that balance. Assertiveness is very, very important in life. It's one of those life skills that a woman must have. You must learn to be assertive. Yeah, because the life is not for the weak, okay? Yeah, so the last point is self-care and boundaries. Prioritizing mental and physical health while learning to say no without guilt. It's very important to take care of yourself and have some boundaries, ladies. Okay? Have some boundaries for yourself, because it's important. If you don't have boundaries, people will determine for you things. Okay? So learning how to have boundaries is very, 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 very important, and very, very crucial as well. So let's learn to navigate that. Let's learn to incorporate that in our lives and be able to be at the level where we are supposed to be. Yeah, it's one of those things that is so important. So I hope those skills can help you to level up and to improve yourself where you are. Some of these skills I'm still learning them. I'm still growing into them. I'm still desiring to be them, but it's one of those things that I thought about, and I realized actually these are skills that if a woman has, she can manage the world. Okay, we can run the world. We can maneuver how hard this world is. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed. I hope you really enjoyed. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share with your friends, so that we can all level up together and become the women we are meant to be. Okay, thank you so much. Bye. Take care.